Options left for BBQ. They could just go lane focused. Ian would certainly love the Syndra in this spot, and it will be Tempt running it in this particular game against the Orianna. A lot of kill pressure there at level 6 especially. Great lanes for the Rengar to gank. You can clearly see how the BBQ team comps are going to play out. Both their solo lanes have pressure in the early game. Unless Ezreal gets the push, then there will also be pressure in the bot lane. Sort of game where Rengar can really pop off. That's kind of asking a lot of Bless given his recent performances where he has struggled. And if KT can find a way, specifically through score, to snowball these lanes early, get through those awkward phases, get an item advantage in unfavorable matchups, you have to feel like things will be pretty comfortable for KT as well.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see how Smeb's going to survive this early matchup here with the Renekton. Obviously, Smeb coming back from 2016, you'd have to call him one of the best players in the world. Has some faltering performances so far here in spring. Definitely not as dominant as we once knew him to be, but him going into this matchup with the Camille should be able to handle it, you'd have to expect, unless Crazy plays out of his mind.
I mean, also, I think all eyes are on the jungle, though. It's going to be a lot on score, on one of his favorite champions, that Gragas, that he's been kind of solo bringing back to the jungle role. He kind of needs to dictate the early game, otherwise it feels like BBQ is set up to succeed in effectively every lane. Now, Score has some of the most creative pathing in the world. Had a good series against SKT both times, even if it wasn't enough to take them over the line. He's going to have to relieve a lot of pressure in the early game. If the Score falls behind, BBQ Olivers could certainly get a pretty big lead. They've got a pretty big lead. They've got a pretty solid comp as well, so there's definitely no guarantees. We're looking for KT to hit the same high highs they have earlier in the season, though. So we'll see if they can perform with this drop.
I mean, KT's early game has been pretty immaculate in most of their matches outside of maybe the telecom war. So we'll see if they can establish that lead and start running away with it. Or if BBQ will give them a run for their money and maybe even take a game off of them. That would be a really rough way to come back from losing to SK Telecom for KT Rolster. But a win here is definitely something that's highly likely, highly possible for KT, and they're going to try to close this out with a 2-0. We'll see what BBQ can do to stop it. Let's go ahead and jump onto the Rift for game number 1. Everybody remembers. That one will never be forgotten.
It will be the 3 buff.
Yeah.
On to Score. Won't fall necessarily behind in levels, as you can see how the trades are going in top. They're not going horribly.
Not going too badly, but Smeb not getting that hook shot. One more hit, still comes up with the kill. So even though he misses the crucial stun, doesn't even matter. Still comes up with a first blood solo kill in the counter pick.
Smeb was smart to hold back. Smeb's top lane sense. It's not in doubt. He's had some excellent plays where he's been defensive, although now.
Ultimatum coming down. Crazy gonna pop the Dominus. Still going low. Body slam comes in from Score. Does commit the flash to that gank, but he comes up with the kill all the same. So worth it for him. Just Defno getting jumped on. 1Q not going to connect. Defno about half HP. Low on mana as well. That Arrow comes through, but he jukes to the side. He'll be okay, but Tempt is roamed down. Ghost is popped. Just be looking for Mata now. Can he get the stun? Throws out the Unleashed Power. Locks him up, but the heal comes through in the last second. But there we go. Tempt is able to snipe him out from underneath the turret in the end. So kill on the board for BBQ. Score going over the wall. Tempt gonna flash away immediately. Shockwave comes through, barely clips him. Smeb jumping over, finds Totoro, throws down the ultimatum, but Crazy has arrived with the TP. Ash Arrow comes in, locks up Pawn, and Smeb all alone goes down, flashes over the wall right before he dies. So gets rid of that summoner spell. A big misplay coming in from KT, overcommitting and getting it punished for that. So Smeb goes down, and now the Mountain Drake being started up by BBQ.
The target selection wasn't there for KT. I don't understand unloading everything onto a post-6 Lulu with Wild Growth available. They didn't really have the ward coverage to make informed decisions when it came to the backline dive and the Hextech ultimatum and then Spad target selection in general.
There we go. This is a good pick.
Hey.
Comes over the wall, locks him up even further, and takes him out, so.
Sure, 1,600 gold isn't massive, but when trades like this are happening.
Yep, ultimatum coming down. Dominus comes out from Crazy. He's trading back quite well, but just a couple more hits will do it. Flashes away. Smeb has a tactical sweep, and one last hook shot. Launches him into a kill. Picks up another solo over top of Crazy.
Down bottom.
Yeah, Bless and Tempt, they roam back up towards the mid lane. Now Bless coming around from the back. Def does get locked down. Wild Growth coming through, pops up the Ezreal, but he's still not dead yet. A couple more shots will take him out. Bless finds the kill. TP comes through from Smeb, dashes forward. Gonna be looking for Ghost. Tactical sweep, barely going to miss. He gets rooted by the Bola, and now the rest of the team coming down. Ghost finishes off Mata. They fire back and get Smeb as well. 3 kills going over to BBQ, but still losing out as far as the objectives are concerned.
They got 2 for 1, and that's great. We expect that from KT. It's just the mistakes are so obvious when there's great play around them. There's great individual, great macro play. You look for the small mistakes because those are what SKT exploit. But here,
this I like. Yeah, pop back comes through on the temp. Ultimatum just for good measure to really make sure he can't get out of there. They find him. They should find this tier 2 tower. So this is a good trade up. They sack the top tier 2. They get 2 in mid plus a kill. So that's good trading up by KT Rolster.
probably going to be in vision for quite a while, as Smeb looks like he's going to be caught.
Yeah, he's pretty far forward. He's playing up towards the wall, so we can get that dash in. Down to half HP, gets a passive shield coming through, throws down the ultimatum on the Bless, trying to trade this back. Technical sweep through, flashes out, hook shot forward, but Crazy gets the kill. KT turn over onto the Baron. Hulk shot comes out yet again. Ash Arrow not going to find anyone. Bless and Crazy still inside the base TP. Now coming through, the jungler won't be there to try to contest with a smite. Looks like they might just turn off on the Tempt, so successful delay by BBQ. Tempt has to invest both of his summoner spells, but no Baron over to KT quite yet.
Rush Baron in this scenario, a lot of damage from BBQ, but a lot of ults down, only really Syndra with a relevant ult.
No Ash Arrow to stop this from going down. Half
4,000.
HP, they're gonna wrap around. Bless now coming in as quickly as his legs will take him. Baron does go over to score, gets the smite. Big stun to the back of the pit here for KT. Now gonna be trying to exit. Smeb dashing forward, looking for Ghost, but gets locked up. That's gonna be score going down immediately. Smeb now gonna be the target.
It's
Ghost
gonna be BBQs.
firing away with a flurry, comes up with the kill with the help of Temp, and they're just starting to run all over KT. That's gonna be 3 kills going over to BBQ thus far. Deft and Mata trying to run their way out of here. Mata looking like he might be dead to rights. Does have the movement speed from the shields. Deft gonna arrive, maybe try to trade one back onto Ghost. Ash Arrow jumped over by the Arcane Shift, but the shield is there from Totoro, keeps him alive, and that's the ace for BBQ. Comes up with it on the backside of the Baron.
Clean
by KT.
ace by BBQ. We'll hold that thought as Smeb's all alone.
He's by himself, jumps back.
Can he
and gets
turn
a
this?
stun. He's got a lot of damage to offer up onto Bless. Ultimatum comes down, runs out, tactical sweep. Trying to slow up as best as they can. Nice redemption heal coming through from Mata, trying to keep him alive as best as possible.
This was going to be the first one here.
It's working out. Has the shield up. Crazy now going to have to dash away. Meanwhile, Pawn goes quite low in mid, but they lose Tempt. And now KT really going to start turning things on its head. 2 kills coming through as Crazy and Tempt are both dead. Flashed away by Bless. Might keep him out of range of Smab now. Goes going to try to turn things around. Wild Growth coming through from him, but he's got to kite back. A score comes in on the backside. Pop in by the explosive cast. He goes down, picked up by Deft. Bottom lane goes down, and Bless is going to be the only one left alive. Exposed in him. Here in the bottom lane, Pawn pushing in mid. This could just be KT shattering the base, if not winning the game.
The effortless efficiency of resource by KT once again cops back into their game, catching Tempt in rotation. Ezreal and Karma are naturally going to get there faster than Ghost and Totoro because of the team-wide movement speed. And even though BBQ were looking good, that might just be the game decided in an instant.
Yeah, TP coming through from Smab. Now they're going to have that Trinity Force, that extra one, to offer up the damage onto these turrets here. So they will go down. The Nexus is exposed. Tempt coming up, but it's just not going to be enough that he could possibly do. So KT, after a pretty wavering game 1,
Bit of a risky matchup. Kind of reminds me of the Cassiopea versus Victor, and it could just be Pawn on the
there
Ahri.
we go. Okay, so Pawn going to lock in Ahri. Been playing this a bit. We've already seen it from him before. So wants to bring this back onto the Rift for us here in game number 2.
Ahri has certainly been burning up the charts recently. Makes sense, given that we see Popstar every time. But whether it's Mickey, who's 4-0 on the Ahri, or not, Ahri priority has been shooting up again and again. Kind of struggles that line between Assassin
I mean, the first time
and
he
also
actually,
Wave Clear.
First time he actually played this this season was in game 2 versus BBQ. So now bringing it back out against them here again. So Tempt is very familiar with this Ahri.
I mean, the only surprise to me is the Nautilus not being taken over the Maokai, but otherwise pretty standard stuff from KT. Let me draw your attention to the Ahri win rate in LCK. We've seen it 10 times on the Rift. It's 8-2, so 80% win rate for the Ahri. As you say, Pawn's only game on it was against BBQ.
A lot of that's Mickey.
4 of those games, Mickey, Ian's had 3 as well. All these legacy Ahri players are super happy, and Pawn gets to play Ahri as well. So happy times there. Pick comp coming through from KT Rolster, a very reliable one as well. I was kind of looking for drafts like this against SKT, and they were staunchly going over the pressure drafts that often came close but couldn't quite close out the game. This is another type of draft we saw very frequently from KT Rolster. They have a lot of experience running it. They could definitely turn it on in the mid game.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do that. I'm excited to see Pawn back on this Ahri, and Tempt as well on his Talia. Will he have that star-studded performance that we saw him start off the spring split with? Or will he just get stomped out under the pressure of KT Rolster? Let's find out, see if they can close this out with a 2-0 for BBQ. Will take us to game 3. Sitting in the brush. Be looking for a gank. Silence is down. That's going to be the arrow coming through. Locks down Ghost. Pop up from Mata's self. Wild Growths. Now they're just going to turn over onto Totoro. He'll be able to pick up the kill. Exhaust comes through. He goes down. First blood over to Deft. 15 minutes in, so nothing too bad from BBQ if they can utilize that Weaver's Wall in future fights.
Trades have been really good for
help them
Tempt.
out.
Got it.
Wow, gets shoved right in. And Tempt comes up with the solo kill. Nicely done.
Disrespect from Pawn. Went for the Morellonomicon, not the Abyssal Scepter that's been worked towards by Tempt. Consider the difference in magic resist. Merc Treads and a Null Magic Mantle. And that will start to worry the KT faithful.
Now up around the top side. Mata getting jumped on now. He goes down. Another grasp, enough to lock him up. Bless comes up with a kill.
Bit of a Dora the Explorer moment there for Mata. They don't have any control over that red side jungle.
Bless wrapping around. They want to go in for this. Scuttle Crab's there as well as a ward.
Pawn's in the top lane.
Very well aware of this. TP's coming through from Smeb in the tri-brush. He's completely surrounded now, straight into the nether grasp. Score, can he do some decent damage here? Jumps onto Totoro, will find the first kill. Smeb not dying yet.
So
Wild
tanky.
Growth comes through to keep him alive. Arcane Smash on the Bless, who has to flash out to try to stay up. They're going to get crazy. 2 kills going over to KT. Nice pull on the trigger there with that TP. They should be able to knock down this turret, at least get some damage in. Wave clear is strong, however, from Tempt, so maybe just go ahead and back off to that Infernal Dragon. Get quite a bit in. Bless getting locked up. Ash Arrow comes through from Deft. He's able to jump out of there. Totoro now in danger as Score comes around from the side. They pop him up with the Wild Growth for good measure, and they comes up with a kill. Armada will get the killing blow, but still picking off that Malzahar. Now no Nether Grasp available. So KT, they can decide to play a bit ballsier.
Yeah, looked like good damage, but they were so overextended. KT rotated from top through to mid. Weaver's Wall behind them. Most of them are going to stick around. They know they've got this turret.
Yeah, don't have to be worried about the
They
damage.
want more.
Now they want to go ahead and engage. Pawn gets snatched up here by Crazy, popped up by the depth charge. He's able to dash out of the backside. Will not go down, and Smeb is still tanky up here in the front. Goes back in, twisted advance down onto Bless. He might have just bitten off more than he could chew. He's able to exit off to the side, and Ghost actually DPSs down the tree. Finds one. An extended 1-for-1 here as Totoro comes back in with the respawn. Deft taking a lot of damage from these Mystic shots. And BBQ able to turn that one around a bit. They lose the turret. They get an answering kill.
We've seen a lot of these extended fights where Ezreal starts to take them over at the end when the mobility flashes and the likes are down.
This one.
They have a lot of consistent damage from that Ezreal, and Tempt as well if he doesn't get unworked around. They're trying to rush down the bound with the Malzahar Voidlings as well. KT suspect it.
Yeah, Pawn's not here. Deft is low. They have no vision inside the pit. Scores on the backside. Ash Arrow comes out. Won't find anybody. Tempt trying to gatekeep it. He actually takes down Mata. Score getting locked down, and that's going to be Baron going over to BBQ. We're just blowing this game wide open at the moment. 1.4 thousand so far in the lead, but it's not over yet. Smeb coming in with the TP. BBQ desperately going to be trying to retreat. Pawn and Deft both going low, and they might just want to re-engage this one. Smeb coming in from the sidelines. Crazy up in the front of the fight. Ready to peel and body block for the rest of his squad. Will go ahead and try to lock down Smeb, but he's just getting ripped apart by the front line here of KT. Collateral damage comes out. Twisted advance is enough to take down the Rengar, but Ghost goes in the mid, finds Spawn. Can he get more? Get Score? Can he get Deft? Yes, he can with the help of Totoro. Pays for it with his life, so they'll lose that buff. But wow, BBQ pick up the Baron. They pick up several kills on the backside of the fight, and they now have a lead.
Yeah, go. Ain't not over yet. 2,000 gold lead.
Weaver's Wall comes into the backside, cutting them off. Smeb getting pushed in by the seismic shove. He goes low, but the Wild Growth comes through. Locked down by the Nether Grasp. They still have not finished him off yet. Meanwhile, Score is able to take out Totoro, but he's already fulfilled his purpose, already has used the ultimate. Pawn going low, has to dash out. Turret will still go over to BBQ, and KT just have to draw back into the base. Now KT starting to come down from above. Exiting the river, Thrill of the Hunt gets popped by Bless. Charm goes out, doesn't find anybody. Dredgeline dragging Smeb in, takes a lot of damage. Seismic shove to really keep him in the fight. He has to flash away.
You are healthy.
Stay alive. They throw out the Weaver's Wall, cutting them off.
Really nice
Score
Weaver's Wall.
Going down. Smeb jumps over onto Bless, will be able to pop him as Pawn picks up the kill. Mata trying to exit through the back of the pit, does not have a flash, so he will get taken down by Tempt, and BBQ can just keep pushing forward into the jungle, taking down members of KT one after the other. A 3-for-1 thus far, looking for Pawn and Deft. Likely will not be able to hunt them down, but now they can break some inhibitors.
Just a sick Weaver's wall on the backside. No way to exit. Only had one way to go, and there was Crazy in the front line. See where he decides to go with those items as options.
Well, they're going to try to pull the trigger on something here. Crazy gets locked down. Charm comes through, but big shield coming out will keep him relatively healthy.
Re-engage, maybe.
Yep, puts out the depth charge. Pop-up score. They jump forward, drag him back in. Wild Growth comes through. Score still alive.
No, it's not there yet.
Starting to kite back down the lane to an advantageous position. Pawn has to exit. Still has the flash. Does not have the Spirit Rush. Smeb goes in, locks down Totoro. Can they pop him? The answer is going to be yes. Can they get more, though? Bless trying to get out of here. Twisted Advance coming through yet again. Charm will connect. He has a flash up into the river to get himself out to safety. So on the other side here with Ghost, who's still trying to poke out with these Mystic shots, but he's going to have to exit rather quickly. Twisted Advance from Smeb would certainly lead to his death. Totoro goes down. Bless is all right. They're going to TP in. Crazy comes in. They want to try to stop KT from potentially going for this Baron.
A really interesting fight. You can see these fights are purely about how strong the frontliner is, whether it's Smeb or Crazy in the front line. That is what's decided the last two fights. Crazy, as you say, back with full health. We can't see the Baron health. Still at 8,000, still pretty healthy. We're waiting for some big action to happen. BBQ down to 4.
It's a decent enough spot. They're going to try to engage on the Crazy, lock him down. He goes low, might just get taken out, and he does. Depth shredding away at him with that Ash. They peel off the Baron. BBQ, where do they go from here? Bless opts through the hunt. KT, several members are slow, including Smeb on that front line, so looks like they go ahead. They trade Crazy's life for a stop on the Baron, so BBQ might be okay with this exchange. They might also want more.
Ghost
poking in from the backside, shooting off these Mystic shots, chipping away where he can. Charm not going to connect from Pawn. KT just going to try to kite up this lane as a unit, but they're getting collapsed on Tempt and Ghost. Both damage dealers up. BBQ poking in from the top of the river. Score dashes forward, won't find an opening. Pawn goes in. Charm not going to connect. He's way too far forward. Has to get the Wild Growth to stay alive. Meanwhile, on the backside, that's going to be the Nethergrass coming through on a Smeb. He dashes forward, locks down Bless, who's trying to exit with his life. Looks like he's able to do so. It's a big stalemate, but finally, Mata goes down as Ghost claims the kill. Tempt flashing in, not gonna find anything, but can still poke out from the side. He's got mana, he's got the threaded volley. Ash Arrow comes through from depth, they lock down Ghost. He will fall, 2 kills, suddenly coming through from KT. Make that 3 as Totoro goes down. Bless desperately trying to run away in a massive game of chicken lost by BBQ. They have plenty of damage for this one.
Bless is here.
Yeah, it's gonna be the redemption coming down, keeping them topped off. Bless is nearby. Control Ward tossed out. It's going to be nothing they can do. True Shot Barrage, just a second too late to try to take that. So, KT get a very nice, clean Baron.
But the tank play will probably decide these fights.
Roll the hunt coming through. Weaver's Wall cutting them off. Deft already low, has to flash over. They lock down Mata. He's going to get popped. This Tempt comes up with the kill. Now Smeb all on his lonesome. Can they kill him before he can make it back to his team? Looks like the answer is going to be no. Smeb still going low, has that GA. Still can't pop it. Flash forward. Comes up with the bowl of lockdown. Going low. Redemption thrown down by BBQ to try to pop it back up. Does keep Bless alive, at least for the moment. Pawn dashing in from the sidelines. Will take out Totoro. Twisted Advance back in from Smeb. Once more, BBQ goes in. Triple kill. Going over to Pawn. Can he find more? It's just Crazy and Tempt left. The wave clear will still be there from the Talia. Clearing out these waves as they push in. Does take them out fairly quickly. Totoro won't get locked down. Does have that passive on the Malzahar. Alive. Weaver's Wall coming in, cutting off Pawn and Deft. Still, KT focusing in on the turret, will go down. Smeb getting locked up by the Nethergrass. Big shield coming out from his Mastery Keystone. He'll finally get popped. Guardian Angel was already taken out. But another inhibitor exposed, but that desperately buys some time for BBQ.
Baron is being started, but they're going to have to be super decisive.
Roll the hunt coming through. Ward on the backside of the pit. Bless, can he make his way in? Baron's going low. He jumps in, will not find the steal. Score takes it away, and he has to flash out the backside of the pit. Meanwhile, Smeb going in, locking down Goes. Smeb is just so massive now that he has that Wild Growth sitting on top of him. Still getting chipped down to about half HP. Redline comes through, locks down Pawn. Crazy, he's not tanky enough quite yet. Ghost gets jumped on. Charmed. Pawn flash over the wall. Will make it into the zone. He keeps himself alive. Comes back in over and takes out Bless. And now it's Crazy, Totoro, and Tempt against the world, but it just doesn't seem like there's a damn thing they can do. Tempt all on his lonesome. KT says, screw it, you know, we could just leave him here and go kill the base. Don't really have to worry about this Talia much anymore. They'll go ahead, ignore him inside the river. They can just push right down mid lane and end it.
Pawn's team fighting on this Ahri was outstanding. Lived for so long, putting out the consistent damage that Ahri can. And again, in spite of Tempt, unfortunately, it's looking like it's going to be the story. Still alive, still massive. But with Smeb so healthy, the Deft and Score able to auto-attack, the game should end here. It should be a KT 2-0.
Yep. That first Nexus turret will go down. Twisted advance in onto Tempt. Takes a big splash of damage from the collateral, but still alive. There we go. Flash forward, point blank. Buckshot to the face will take him out. And KT, harder fought than they ever could have expected.